Right, you guys, what's happening? Welcome back to another reaction video after Aberdeen's win tonight over Hamilton Accies at Pittodrie, a 3-0 win. A very, very good performance, which we will get to. I thought I'd do this again after the video I did a couple of days ago. We got some really good feedback after Hampden. Obviously, I don't expect anything similar this time. It's a lot different beating them in Glasgow than it is beating Hamilton at home, but yeah, we'll get to the performance in a moment. At first, you might notice I'm wearing a Leicester City shirt. Obviously, it's been a terrible week for them, and I just wanted to speak a wee bit about them. In 2005, I actually moved to Leicester. I was there for about 6 months, and it's a great city, a city I really, really love, and a city I do try and visit every now and then. And because, I mean, it's so far away from Scotland, I just spend my time going and watching Leicester, because that was the only football that was really available unless I wanted to go and watch park football. So my girlfriend at the time was a Leicester fan as well, so that helped. They went along to all the games. They've been season ticket holders for decades, so through their family. So I went along with them a lot, and I really enjoyed the experience. They weren't very good at the time. They were sort of towards the bottom of the championship, and the football was rank. Craig Levein was the fucking manager, so you'll understand why the football was rank. But obviously, like, we saw the transformation of that club over the last 10 years or so, and that comes from obviously the buyout by the guys from King Power, Vichai Srivandanaprabha, and his family taking over that club and doing such a fantastic job, not only taking them out of League One, getting them through the championship, but getting into the Premier League, staying there, and then fucking winning it. It was just one of the craziest things. Like, as football fans, regardless of your opinion on English football, that was so incredible that it's impossible to really look back on that and not look at it with a smile on your face. Us as Aberdeen fans, obviously, we saw what a lot of people see as a minnow take on the Giants and do something spectacular, kind of similar to what Aberdeen did in the 80s, and obviously very similar to what we would love to see Aberdeen do right now. And it's a credit to the Srivandanaprabha family, what they did for that city, and the people I know down there, they are still elated by what happened 2.5 years ago, and those are memories that will last a lifetime. And a lot of that is thanks to the owner and what they did. So obviously the tragedy on Saturday really hit home for everybody down there, and I just wanted to pass on some condolences to people who mean a lot to me and people who love Leicester City, and to anybody who was affected by what happened on Saturday. I just want you to know that I'm thinking of you, and brighter days will be ahead. And as tough as it can be right now when something tragic happens, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. I think one of the reasons he was so popular was not just because he delivered a title for them, was the fact that he was just such a down-to-earth guy, despite the fact that he had more money than any of us will ever see in our life. He really valued the fans, and I think we would all love an owner like that. So yeah, it's been a sad week for football. But from Aberdeen's point of view, obviously on the park, it's been a fantastic week for Aberdeen. We obviously had the great result on Sunday, and tonight I was actually looking at this game wondering if it might be a little bit like when Hamilton visited a few years ago. We had a game at home to them on a Tuesday night, and it was 3 days after that day we beat Celtic 2-1 when we were down to 10 men and Paul Quinn scored at the end. And I was kind of wondering if that might be something similar that night. We kind of ground out a 1-0 win. We were all right. We were never really under a lot of pressure, but we played well, and we ultimately got the result. But tonight, to be honest, in the first sort of 20-25 minutes, we were a little bit slack at the back at times, and Hamilton did create a few chances. But going forward, I thought we were very good. I thought that James Wilson in the first half had his best half in an Aberdeen jersey, so that was really pleasing to see. Before we get to his goal, though, we've got to talk about the first. Just a set-piece routine, really. It was Scott Wright went out to take the corner, which sent alarm bells ringing after McGinn's delivery on Sunday, and he had taken one about 30 seconds before. But it's a routine. He's passed it to the edge of the box. Shinnie's first touch is absolutely shocking, but he's managed to get the ball under control. It might have taken a wee bit of deflection, but he's rammed it into the bottom corner for 1-0. And I think there was like 8 minutes on the clock at the time, so getting the start like that was fantastic. So great start to the game, but to be honest, after that Hamilton did react really well. We've seen Aberdeen in the last couple of years at times really react poorly to going 1-0 down, but credit to Hamilton, they actually came out and they created a couple of chances. Their right back hit the post less than 5 minutes after they scored. They had a couple of other half chances as well, so they were at least getting a little bit of joy going forward. But when we went forward, we looked very, very good in the first half. And then James Wilson's goal, he's taken a simple pass in, where he's back about 35 yards to goal. He's turned a man, and from about 30 yards, he's just leathered it into the top corner. An absolutely sensational finish. Great goal, one of the best we've seen at Pittodrie in a long time, up there with Scott McKenna's strike last year against Kelly. But yeah, I thought Aberdeen were good in the first half. 2-0 was maybe a wee bit harsh on Hamilton, to be honest, but I thought that we were valued to be ahead, certainly. To be honest, once I got to 2-0, they looked defeated. After a decent period, like I say, after it went to 1-0, at 2-0, they looked defeated. They looked like a team that knew they were going back down the road with 8 points. So, second half, to be honest, was mostly played at a wee bit of a testimonial pace. We tried, in fairness, in the first 10 minutes to try and put the game to bed. Nothing really came off for us, and then eventually it's a goalkeeping howler that's gave us 3-0. So Mikey Devlins came forward. I think the script was written that he was always going to score his first goal for us against his former team, and he's lashed it for 30 yards from Scott McKenna territory, and it is a really good strike, but it's right down the middle. It swerves late though, but the goalkeeper still should do better. He parries it into the inside of the side netting, and that's 3-0, and that is absolutely game over. From there, to be honest, the game really did peter out. There wasn't much going on after that. We were very happy to comfortably knock the ball around and wait for openings, but they never really came. The pace of the game just died after that. But I'm really happy, considering one of my complaints this season is how few goals we've been scoring. I think it's still the case that we've only scored more than once in a game twice before tonight, and those were both the St Mirren games, and St Mirren looked like an absolute tyre fire both times we played them. I thought Hamilton were a wee bit better than St Mirren, so to get 3 goals tonight was really pleasing, and I'm happy that we got 3 points in the bag. We haven't moved up the table, I don't think. I actually haven't seen the other full-time results yet, so I'm going to have a quick scooch to see if anything changed late. And it didn't, so yeah, we will be 8th in the table. We are 2 points behind St Johnstone, though we do have a game in hand. We are 3 behind both Hibs and Rangers. Both Rangers and Hibs drew tonight. Rangers under a wee bit of pressure after Sunday, didn't react well by the sounds of it. I had a mate of mine who was at the game who messaged me with about 50 minutes to go, basically saying Rangers have ran out of ideas and they're just pumping the ball to Lafferty. Hibs Hearts was a 0-0 draw. It was on the TV, but I didn't see it. Didn't sound like much of a game, to be honest. Celtic absolutely battered Dundee 5-0, so they are getting their act together. So hopefully they will get back to mediocre form before the cup final, but that's a few scuddings they've handed out in the last few weeks, so that's a wee bit disconcerting. Looking ahead to Sunday, this is actually going to be the first away game I've missed all season, because I have been to every away game. I was at Hampden on Sunday, I was at fucking Burnley in the Europa League, but I am not going to Kilmarnock at midday on a Sunday. The SPFL can fuck off with that, and yeah, I think as fans, we all have to make a stand at some point, and I know a lot of people made a stand on Sunday, and that's fine, and this is kind of my stand. I would have absolutely been at Rugby Park if it was Saturday at 3 o'clock, but for the umpteenth time in the last few years, it's been moved to midday on a Sunday, and I mean, that's a ridiculous... This is now that Ross County and Inverness have both been relegated, this is the longest trip in the Premier League, Kilmarnock to Aberdeen or vice versa, and to play that game at 12:15 on a Sunday is fucking nonsense. So even if that game was at 3 o'clock on a Sunday and it was on the TV or whatever, I would have probably went, but they can fuck off. Very, very good week for Aberdeen so far. The last 3 days have been fucking great. Last week was absolutely dreadful. The performance at Tynecastle was terrible. We deserved to lose that game very comfortably, and the week after, just getting panned in the media for how many tickets we had sold for Hampden wasn't very good, and I have to be honest, I was one of the fans that wasn't really looking forward to Hampden either, but gladly that turned out well, and tonight was a good one as well. Killie are going to be a tough nut to crack. We have had the Indian sign over them even since Steve Clark came in, although the last time we played them we lost 2-0 at home. Granted, Mikey Devlin got sent off after about 3 minutes for fuck all. Kilmarnock are a really good side, but their last 2 games they've drawn. They drew at home at Hamilton on Saturday, which isn't a great result for them, and then they've drawn at Ibrox tonight, which to be fair is a very good result. So I don't know what Kilmarnock we're going to get at the weekend. If we get 3 wins out of 3 in these 7 days, that would be absolutely brilliant. But I'm not going to say I'm going to take a draw on Sunday, but if that's what happens, I don't think it would be too terrible. But a win would start us really heading back up the table. So we'll wrap it up just now. If you enjoyed the video, hit the red button below. Please subscribe. That would mean a massive amount to me. Like the video as well. It really helps me get it out there. This is a very, very new YouTube channel, and to be honest, the reaction videos are a very new concept. I just thought I would do it on Monday after Hampden because it was so fucking great. And yeah, I'll do it, to be honest, after every game that I've got the opportunity to. So, yeah, so subscribe if you're new, hit the like button. Thank you very much. I've been QMJ. I'll talk to you again sometime.